This is the story of Ezekiel and the Valley of Dry Bones. From Ezekiel chapter 37. God's people were taken captive by Babylon. After Jerusalem was destroyed, Ezekiel began talking about the hope that God would restore their land one day. Then it happened, a very scary, eerie event. God showed Ezekiel how he could bring a bunch of old, dry bones to life. In the same way, God could bring his people back to life if they would just turn to him. God grabbed Ezekiel and took him, setting him down in the middle of a valley covered with dry bones. They were everywhere he looked. He stepped over tons of old, dry, bleached by years of lying in the sun, bones. God spoke. "Can these bones come to life?" Ezekiel answered, "God, only you know that." Then God instructed Ezekiel to speak to the bones, to say, "Dry bones, listen to the message of God." Whoa! The bones listened as God spoke to them. "Watch this. You will come to life. Then you will realize that I am God." Then there was a sound, a rattling. The bones shook and began moving. They were coming together, bone to bone, forming complete skeletons right before Ezekiel's very eyes. He kept watching as sinews formed. The muscles covered the bones. Then skin stretched over them. There were piles of bones everywhere, and now they were bodies. But they weren't alive. God told Ezekiel to speak to the wind, and so he did. And the wind began blowing in from every direction. It moved through the bodies, making this eerie sound as it blew air into them, giving them breath, bringing them to life. The bodies rose up and formed a very large army. God told Ezekiel, "These bones are like the whole family of Israel, my people." The people believe their bones have dried up and their hope is gone. God told Ezekiel to tell the people of Israel he would restore them and give them their home again one day. And that's the story of the Valley of Dry Bones. The day these dry bones came together, grew skin and muscles, and came to life. Can you imagine that sight?